There is actually another 4 village jet ski through that behind the rocks come this way quickly.
A very good morning to all our viewers from Daintree. Our fourth day in Australia starts off with a slightly gloomy weather, but the place that we are visiting next will be anything but gloomy. We are taking the same route back to Cairns. If you remember from our previous video, we had purchased a two-way ticket for crossing the Daintree River on this ferry. In case you haven't seen our previous vlog where we have shared all the details of our car trip to Daintree, do watch it now. There we go. The whole family group rejoicing with what they have seen so far and excited with what's to come next. Our experience in Daintree was one to cherish with nature at its pristine best. Spending a night in the middle of a rainforest, encountering snakes and spiders, to being without internet or phone calls for 48 hours, we bid adieu to the oldest tropical rainforest. We can now see the same coastline of Queensland with the sun rising, and most certainly we have left the gloomy, murky weather behind us. You can see the calm coral sea in the backdrop waving back at us one more time. After reaching the Cairns airport, we returned the car which was rented from 60. The entire car rental process was smooth and hassle-free. One thing that you must make sure when you're returning any vehicles is to take videos or photos of the car by before the pickup and after drop off. This is to ensure any prior scratches or dents are not charged out of your pocket. Coming to our flight from Cairns, we boarded the Air New Zealand, which will be a direct flight. It will take us about 5.5 hours to reach. There are other flight options available with layover that can save you a few bucks. But it's time now to head to newer shores, further south of Australia and far, far south of the equator, a land so gorgeous and spectacularly breathtaking, every landscape seems right out of a dreamland. We are going to explore New Zealand. Our first pit stop in New Zealand is going to be Auckland, which is in the North Island. Just to provide some context, New Zealand is primarily divided into two islands, the North and South. Peeking out of our window, we see the beautiful night sky of Auckland. Glittering in green light is the Sky Tower of Auckland. A country also referred to as Rotorua, the land of the long white cloud. The socio-cultural landscape here is vastly influenced by Maoris, who were the first humans to discover New Zealand and settle here. It was only in 1642 when the Dutch explorer Abel Tasman, wandering across the Pacific, chanced upon the island. But his crew was driven away by hostile Maori settlers. More than 100 years later, British explorer Captain James Cook mapped the entire New Zealand coastline. After landing at the airport in Auckland, we booked an Uber cab to our Airbnb accommodation at Queen Street. Link has been provided in the description box below. The next morning, we woke up quite early. Today, we have plans to explore the natural geysers and geothermal valley of Rotorua.
It's been cut off Australia. Because you know how the continents were all one mass and then they separated. But when you look at the shape, it looks like New Zealand once upon a time was part of Australia and then it just drifted. But actually, that's not true. When it comes to geography, New Zealand and Australia are not connected and never.
You were listening to Colin, who is a tour guide for Rotorua Valley. We have booked a guided tour package from Auckland and Beyond Tours. The ticket price for the Hobbiton and Rotorua Valley tour is $429 per head. Again, I provided the link in the description box. The distance from Auckland to Rotorua is around 232 kilometers. It will take us approximately 3 hours to reach while absorbing in some beautiful landscape out of our windows. Vast stretches of valley land covered in carpets of green grass will endorse your view. Every now and then, you will see herds of sheep grazing across the lands. A fun fact, New Zealand has more number of sheep than humans. It is quite evident once you visit this country. Te Puia, which is a geothermal park in the Rotorua Valley, is a wonderland of dramatic geysers, bubbling mud pools, Maori cultural experiences, and Kiwi Conservation Center. It is open on all days of the week from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. for day experiences and 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. for night experiences. Inside, there's a National School of Maori Arts giving us a glimpse into their rich history of crafts ranging from wood carving, weaving, stone, and bone carvings.
We actually use it for things like burns and scalds, skin conditions like psoriasis. A treatment of the mud here can actually heal some skin conditions overnight. It's pretty rapid healing. We use it for things like our elderly people in our village next door here, for our aunties, uncles and grandparents, things like our rheumatism and arthritis of the joints. This is really good at bringing down the swelling in the joints and dissipating that pain. Also great for things like deep wounds to flesh as well. And I was talking earlier about those intertribal battles.
Pohutu geyser is a geyser in the Whakareva Thermal Valley, Rotorua. The geyser is the largest in the southern hemisphere and among the most active in the area, erupting up to 20 times per day at height of up to 30 meters. You will find an uncharacteristic smell, sort of pungent, as the geysers spew out mixtures of minerals and hot water. The smell, we were told, is of sulfur dioxide coming from the geysers. The land that you stand also gets pretty hot due to the geothermal activity underneath. These geysers have cyclical patterns of higher activity at certain times of the day.
There is actually another view up here, ladies and gentlemen. We do that before the guys erupts. Come this way quickly.
Well, we hope that you enjoyed this episode on Rotorua Thermal Valley. In our next episode, we'll be visiting the iconic sets of Lord of the Rings movie, The Hobbiton. So stay tuned. Make sure to like and subscribe to our channel if you enjoyed our content. Till then, travel, stay safe and healthy, and we'll see you again in our next vlog.